Hey guys, welcome. This is Golden IDS, and this is me playing Let's Play. This is Let's Play Skyward Sword. In this episode, we're going to continue on through this dungeon. I say I really like the music in this dungeon. It's really eerie and atmospheric, which is good. Now, a lot of people would go on about how they want their music to be more than just moody and atmospheric, and while that's true in Zelda games, we were immensely, like beyond immensely spoiled when it came to. Oh, for goodness sake, there's a lot of them here. Like, when it came to games like Ocarina of Time, we had amazing music for those games, and amazing dungeon music, which was often both memorable. The one that springs to mind is the Forest Temple. Both memorable, and you can listen to outside of the game, which is that was hard to find. That was what I couldn't find. But both memorable and yeah, and you could listen to outside of the actual level. Whereas these pieces you can't as much because they are just atmospheric. Now, Twilight Princess really started that off. I think Spirit Tracks had the same, and a lot of Zelda games since, and we've just been overly spoilt in the end. And so every game that doesn't have a decent set of dungeon music, we class it as a failure, and it's not all true, because some of the what's it called? Right, I've got to get rid of this guy first, and I forgot how you do it. Oh. I can't destroy the thing, really? Right, well I need a shield for that. Whatever. I've forgotten what I was saying now. Typical. But yeah, the music in this game, for goodness sake, Fee, she's going to tell me, this is one of her many habits. If you press down while targeting a person and information on that subject. I don't really care, Fee, to be honest. But yeah, you don't have to do this to get across. You can actually, I think. Alright, shield will be nice. But that really didn't do anything, and that probably damaged my shield as well. Right, so I've got to try and hit them to twist them. I never really got the hang of these guys. And I'm being killed. Fantastic. I hate them. Until you get the one of the later items, they really are dull and depressing. Oh, really? Come on. Put yourself up. You can do it. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, for goodness sake, Link, put your shield away. Let me just show you another of Fee's annoying habits. See how she blinks all the time? Well, that blinking won't go away if you try to ignore it. More importantly, when your hearts drop below 3, or 5, or a number that she's randomly chosen, that will happen. And it's so irritating, especially when your Wiimote batteries get low. She's always telling you about it. It's like, I know if you stop telling about it, I could probably, you know, change them. So infuriating. Anyway, we obviously can go across there now, but there was a treasure chest that we couldn't get to. But now we can get to through the magics of logs. Yeah, I know, it's not really magic, is it? But there we go. Oh, really? I have to make it across there like that? Fantastic. Thanks, Link. But yeah. I kind of like the way they show you the chest, then you have to go around the other way to get to it. It's a nice little addition of feature. I could always save it here. These things also, in the dungeon, give you the option to exit the dungeon and go outside, which is a nice feature. Pardon me. Because it makes leaving the dungeon, as I said, very easy. The only problem I have with the system is that, once again, you it's not like Fora's Wind, your Thingamajig's Wind, where you could just, where basically you could create a checkpoint and then come back to that checkpoint. It's not like that. As soon as you leave the dungeon, you have to get all the way back here on your own. It's not that good. Okay, right. Heart. Thank goodness the beeping has stopped. In this game, it's more apparent because Fee lets you notice that really that makes no. All right, before it made no sense. Okay. Now this is one of the fights you have to do with these things, and the idea is to do that and make them turn them, and then do that to get rid of them, which is good. And then again, relatively annoying. I want that heart. You took it away from me, I want it back. What does this do? Another heart! You can finally pick up hearts with your swords, I think. Could you always do that? Well, anyway, the swords tend to have a bigger reach, so you can do that. Okay. Now there are 2 of them, what do? Stand in the middle and do this. Pretty much. There are like 2 or maybe 3 more puzzles that use eyes in them. I mean, yeah, it's trying to further the whole idea of Zelda and eyes, you know. Zelda games usually eyes are the weak point, eyes are this, eyes are that, but this is getting a bit ridiculous. You got a small key! Fantastic. Can't believe it took me 5 minutes to get over here. Anyway, is there anything else we can get left then? Well, not in here. We've pretty much rocked every boat, so we're going to head over to the main area of the dungeon. But that bit kind of passes pretty quickly. But yeah, just the way the dungeons actually... Oh, goes my nose. Thanks, Link. Would have been nice if you could... anyway, can you dive in this game? No, you can't dive yet. By yet, I do mean you can at some point, because otherwise the swimming controls, no one would complain about them. But really, they are complain-worthy. Anyway, I think we're going to introduce... There's a lot more spiders in here, but also we get the dungeon's weapon here. And another complaint about the game is you don't always use the dungeon weapon to actually attack the villain at the end of the boss at the end, which is rather un-Zelda, because it's not, you know, that's what you're used to doing. There we go, and get that. Oh right, okay, crap, didn't realise that. And you see, obviously, by pulling off moves like spin attack, all that kind of stuff, your stamina goes down, and it's just not fun. And also, watch out for those not fun either. So yeah, room to the side. The choir is kind of in at the moment, actually. I love that as a whole concept. Oh, no, Link. Thanks once again. There we go, finally. I swear it's been too long since I played with these controls. Anyway, there's another save point there. I do need some Deku seeds, actually. Brilliant. Oh, you're right, you can get them in these places. Watch out for the spider. Yay! Okay, now we can hit... Oh, for goodness sake, center. This is the problem. Sometimes you're pointing the remote in a different direction after doing a sword swing. You want to get straight into using your item, but you can't because the item is veering off to the left, because that's where your sword was, and it thinks, oh, I'm veering off to the left. As you move it back to the center, it doesn't accept that. It's just, well, it basically centers from the angle that you are at when you press the button. It's rather infuriating. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these guys are another one of the whole directional blocking guys, and if you... Obviously, they will hit you very hard if given the chance, and if you do a wrong movement. Which sucks because Link's movement isn't always on par. Like, you see that? Sometimes the sword moves a little too slow for you. The people who complain about a one-to-one combat system are lying. It isn't one-to-one at all. You've got 8 different slashes you can pull off. You got obviously diagonal. So you've got all 4 diagonals, and then up, down, left, or right, and those are all of them. Now with this guy, you're just trying to destroy his ribcage and therefore his spine. So he's fairly easy as long as you there you go, and that's him done. That was a bit pathetic, actually. I was a bit disappointed by that, mainly because there are a lot harder ones later on with, I think, more swords, which just get in the way, man. That's not cool. But yeah, every time you see a heart flower, just collect them. Anyway, the item of the game, probably I think the only new addition to the items in this game, maybe. I forget. But the one they showed off at E3 all the time, it's the beetle. The unexplained power contained within this insect-shaped item, whatever. Okay. If the controls feel out of alignment, which they probably will do when you use it, because that's just how this game rolls. You have acquired new item, as objects can fly. Brilliant. So basically, to pilot this, we have to pilot it in much the same way we pilot our loft wing. Which is to say, it's not fun. Anyway, we have to get out of here, so obviously we're going to have to use this. But the best thing about this is it reduces these enemies, which you've had to fight quite a few times now, and they're really annoying. It reduces them just fall on the ground. There we go. And then you can attack them there, and they're on their back almost as well. So it's just... There we go. I got there eventually. The bug can also pick things up, and by pick things up I do mean, for example, if I was to think I want that heart, if I was to drive into that heart, it classes it as actually picking it up, and then you press B to cancel, and that in effect cancels him and brings him back to you. Even if he's stuck or really far away, it will always bring the object back to you and appear like that because it's magic. Okay, so to defeat this annoying son of a sort of a spider, it's as simple as doing that. Then backing up quickly, and he's on his back. Nope, don't do that. Oh, sorry, it's not that. It's if you hit it upwards with an upward strike, it knocks it over, which also is pretty cool. Anyway, well, let's see what chests we've got in here. There's one chest that we've got, but there is actually another thing that we're missing, and I'll show you it now. You actually can't get it until a bit later on, but we'll just take a look at it here. Piece of heart, which would be nice to add to our collection, considering how much we got now. For goodness sake, a lot. Out of control. And if you don't align them perfectly, the actual handling of the bug can be atrocious. Oh, oh, oh! Didn't realise this was here beforehand. 2 of them, not bad at all. That's not a bad haul. Right, whatever. So now we have 2 amber relics. Let's see what's in the other eye. Probably going to be even harder to navigate. That shit's hard. No, it's only another rupee, and you can get to it from the one over there anyway. But yeah, some of them have interesting things on. There is a pole, I think, with 20 rupees on, so not bad. There is also a pole with hearts on it. And there's a box you can knock down as well. So basically this area is just to teach you that you can break things with it, break webs. Oh, that's the 20 rupees. It's just like a training session for this device. Anyway, to open this door, it's probably as simple as seeing if there's anything behind this area and destroying the book of Abba that's there. Because this can just tear shit up. There we go. Or that wasn't it actually, but whatever. You can just tear through their little body parts, and that's fine. And you see the music has kind of died off again, because we're quite far away from the main objective, which I like. Okay, well there's something there. There's another amber relic. Amber relics are good in this game. By good I mean you just kind of need a lot of them, and by a lot of them you'll get most of them. Anyway, so if I have to go all the way through here, I'm going to be extremely lazy and use this. No, by being extremely lazy, I mean that's what I have to do to get across there. I actually forgot about that. Yeah, the water looks really beautiful. In a sense, it did in Twilight Princess, actually. They got the whole water element spot on. In the sense, it looked realistic. Which is good, because realism is fun, but also it suits this art style as well. There we go with that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Wait a second. Oh, okay, right, that makes sense. I was just being a little bit confused about the significance of that. Never mind, through this door. Well, there must be some sort of mini-boss in here, or at least a... Nope, just a spider. Now, see here, there are 3 of them. Oh, that was easy. That's actually kind of shockingly easy. But yeah, you can't get to a point where all 3 of them are open. So, to remedy that, let's see in this guy if there's any boxes. And there are a wooden crate, also a metal crate. The metal crate won't break when it lands, I hope. Although if it's extremely rusty, I'd imagine it could do. Sadly, after pulling off something like that, it does cancel your beetle friend. A bunch of hearts. That's nice. I could do with maybe not all of those, but okay. Now this in here gives you the whole new ideas of boss keys. I'm spoiling it a little bit before we get there because it makes no difference. But boss keys in this game, it kind of feels like they came from a DS game, and by that it's not a negative thing. I mean, it's kind of a gimmick that they used during the DS era, especially in like Phoenix Wright, when they released the DS version. They had some of that, you know, 3D. You can look at the objects and stuff. Was it look at the objects? Yeah, it was look at all the thingamajigs. Right, okay. For goodness sake, like push, push. Right, okay. I think that's in the middle. One more, and to the side. But you see the textures on that block look really awful because you're that close to them. There's a lot of this in this game where the textures look quite bad. Okay. For goodness sake. Are you going to be dizzy now? There we go. Not fun to pull that off. The amount of times it didn't work and I was like there thinking, what to do, what to do. But that's exactly what you do, and you just don't care about the rest. This won't give us the boss key at all. This will give us a small key, gains us access to the boss key. Anyway, guys, we'll see you in the next part when we clear the rest of this dungeon out. See you guys then.